Hi and welcome to Firstlady Fashion and Style. I'm always excited to have you on this channel. Thank you for clicking on the channel. And today we'll be having a very interesting tutorial together. And before we go to this draft that you are seeing here, I want to quickly show you, as you have seen on the thumbnail, it's about mixing of colors to make a beautiful dress. It can be a dress, it can be a top, and it is called that manipulation theory. So like I have a rough sketch here, and what I have here is just a sample of, just for us to have a better idea of what we are going to do here today. So here, this is just like what you saw on the thumbnail, where you can divide your dress or your top into different parts using that for the styling. So this is another one here, this is another one here, this is the back view that I have here, and you can also have it for your top alone. Please don't mind my sketch. This is just a rough sketch for you to have an idea of what we are saying. And for us to achieve this, we need the full pattern of our block. So this is a whole pattern of a dress form, and here I have the back. So we only need one side for the back. We can put our fabric on fold and duplicate for the back. So let's start by working on the front pattern first. So what are we trying to do here? What we're trying to do is we are trying to eliminate this dart in front, because there is no way we can cut our patterns with this dart in front. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to eliminate this front dart. The only thing we are going to work with is going to be the bust dart here. So we are going to eliminate this dart, we are going to move it. The second thing is that we can alter the neckline if you want to alter the neckline, and then you have to decide on your own how many patterns you want to have together, how many colors you want to have. You should have decided before starting your pattern if you want to have 3 colors, if you want to have 2 colors, and then your drafting of the pattern depends on you. It's about your creativity and how complex or how simple you want your dress to be. So there is no one way to having your pattern on the draft. You can go online and check for ideas of color combination and patterns. You can sit down on your own and make your own pattern by yourself. There is no hard and fast rule to it. So the first thing that we are going to do here is, by now you should know how to construct your blouse and your full blouse scale. So this is our full blouse. These are the darts, the bust dart, and here we have the center dart. So what we are going to do now is we are going to move this dart you're seeing out of the way. So this is 0.75 on both sides. That makes it 1.5. So what we are going to do is I'm going to come to the center edge here, and I'm going to replace the 1.5 on this side, and then I'm going to connect that 1.5 here. I'm going to connect it up here to the upper dart line here. So it's a way of eliminating my dart. And then on the lower side here, I will use my curve ruler to connect it to the hip line this way. You can see that I curved it in a way that there is no sharp end here, and this place we are still going to cover up the dart here. So I'm going to do the same thing to this other side too. The 0.75, that is 1.5 inches, I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to connect this line up to the bust dart here, and then I'm going to curve this one here to meet the hip line this way. So that is the first thing you're going to do. You're going to eliminate the center dart. So now in our imagination, let's assume these 2 darts are not there again. They are not on the way, they're not there again. So now we can work on our body. So let's go to the neck. What do you want to have for your neck? Do you want to leave your neck this way? Do you want to change the design? Anything you want to do. So I prefer to leave mine as a round neck. Don't forget, you need to tighten your neck by 0.5 here to avoid gaping at the neck area. You will tighten this way by 0.5, and if you alter the neck, you can also do the same thing and change it. So the next thing we want to do now is we are going to draw our pattern on the dress form. So what you're going to do, I did mine with a pencil. Just try and make a sketch with a pencil, and afterwards you can use your pen for it. So, but the most important thing is that there are some things that you should take note of. The first thing is the bust point. Make sure that when you are drawing your line, you can start from the bust point. The bust point here can be like a guide. I'm leaving this dot here and I'm going to use it as a guide. So I can use it as a guide and start my design, the lines of my design from that point. So I can use my pen or color to start my design from there. Now this is another thing. So I'm going to do this. I'm just trying to form a design. You can form any design you want. Anytime your design gets to the armhole, make sure you extend it by 0.5 here and curve it back to the shoulder, to this armhole place, so that it doesn't gape. You will use your ruler, your curved ruler, to curve it back and form a new armhole, because we are going to cut it out. And when we cut it out, if you don't extend the arm here, you are going to have the shortage. So you can do that. So now I have decided on this pattern here, I want to have like 3 colors here. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come from this point here. I also want to have another line here. Be careful, make sure that as you are drawing your lines, they are not too curvy. Yes, so that when you are sewing, you will not have issues with the curves. So I can decide to also go this way, and I can decide to also come this way. It depends on you. Just be creative and just think of whatever you want to do, and I can decide to go this way. So now on this pattern, I have one. I can have fabric 1 here, have fabric 2 here, fabric 3 here, and then I will repeat again, fabric 1 here, fabric 2 here, and fabric 3 here. So that this is where fabric 3 is. I don't want it to continue from here. So you just make sure you alternate everything around, and by the time you cut it out, you find out that you have a very nice pattern like what you are seeing on the thumbnail. So I'm still going to cut this out, and then when you cut it out, you will place it on your fabric. So for now, I'm going to take this out. Let's work on the back pattern. These patterns are very beautiful. You can use them for your dress. You can use them even for your top alone, like the rough sketch, like what I have here. This is just for the top alone. You can have it for the top alone and then just make the lower part plain, anyhow you want it. So this is the back pattern. Remember, we are using a bust that technique, and the difference between our front and back is 1.5. So this pattern here is 1.5 shorter than the front pattern, but when we close the bust dart in the front, we are going to have the same thing. So now this is our back pattern here. So for the back pattern, I would advise that you don't make it too complicated. If the front pattern already has a lot going on, we can just leave the back plain. Just take in your darts and just leave it plain. Or you can also decide to divide it into 2, like what I have here. Just into 2, one color at the center and then another color both sides, and you can decide on the kind of sleeve you want for the arm. So here I just want to draw a line this way as if I'm making a princess dart style line. So I'm just going to do this just like a princess dart style line. Then we should not forget to extend this place by 0.5 up and then connect it back to the armhole so that we don't have shortage when we are sewing it. So, and then on the bottom part here, I'm just going to roll it down. I'm just going to roll it down all the way to the bottom. So for me to have a straight line, I'm going to mark the same length I marked here. Here I have 4, so I'm going to come down here and mark the same 4 so that I can have a straight line all the way. If you don't want yours to be straight, it's fine. You can do anything you want. So here I can have 2 colors at the back. If you want to alter your neck, you can alter your neck, but I just want to leave mine like this. So the other thing I want to show you is this. Now remember that this is a gown we are making. For some people, after taking in their darts and then after the back tightening, after making the garment, they will still find out that they still have puff at the back side. So this is another interesting idea you can put. You guys, I'm giving you a lot of tricks and giving you a lot of contents that are very vital, important and nice. I want you to please subscribe to this channel. Don't just watch and go away. I want you to subscribe because we have so many things we are going to do together here. We have so many creative ideas I'm going to bring, and I'm making all this tutorial very easy so that when you watch you can understand what you are learning. So that manipulation is a very beautiful style, and I'm bringing it to you on this platform. I want you to subscribe and I want you to like the channel. Thank you so much. For those that have subscribed, thumbs up for you. Thank you. So on this back part here, it depends on what you have. You can try it. If you come in here by 0.5 and you don't have any back puff, the back is smooth when you sew it, then you don't have to do this. But there are some people that their back is so deep that even after coming in by 0.75 and after taking in their dart here, they will still have puffs. So they are the ones I'm talking to, or you have a client that happens to. So what you do here is you can come up here by either either quarter or half inch or 0.25, depending on how much you want to take in. And then you will take your ruler. Mind you, this is the center, this is the waistline, and then you take your ruler from that spot and then you connect it to the back. Please be careful. I'm not going to extend the back. The back still remains this way. I'm not adding anything to the back. I'm only removing from the center back where I'm going to have my zip. That's the only place I'm removing from. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it in this way. I am not moving the lower parts of the draft here. I'm only moving the upper parts of the draft this way. You can see I'm only moving the upper part. I am not moving the lower part. So you will take it in this way and then you will hold it down with your tape. So when you are cutting your fabric, you put it on it this way, and it's not going to affect the length of your dress. It's just going to help to eliminate the puff which you can have on this side. So I hope you get what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to cut this out and show you. So now I'm done cutting out. You can see how it is. This is this here. I'm done cutting everything out. Now please make sure you write on your pattern, write the numbers so that you will know which number you want to combine and the colors you want to combine. So this is how you are going to put it. You are going to put it on your fabric and then add sewing allowance, round it, half-inch sewing allowance, half-inch sewing allowance. So it's the half-inch you're going to use to join all the pieces together, half-inch. And then on the side, for those the side ones, all the ones at the extreme end, you can add like 1.5 inches because you are going to join it to the back. Make sure you add. And then on your neckline here, I have altered the neckline, you can see. So by the time you do all these with different colors, my God, I'm already seeing it coming out beautifully well. So try and draw your own pattern and try and make your own garment. I'm sure you're going to love it at the end of the day. So thank you so much for watching. If you love the content I've brought for you today, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like the channel. And make sure you practice and make your own darts manipulation gap. Thank you so much. Bye for now.